Welcome back, everyone. I'm sorry that the videos have been fewer and further in between than they had been when I first started this project, but I promise I'll try and get it back under control here soon. I will say that making Toy Story Land has been rather enjoyable. It's been a lot more fun than building Galaxy's Edge, because I feel like I can have more creative liberty with. I guess creative liberty is not the correct term, but I feel like it's just easier to replicate what Toy Story Land feels like using Roller Coaster Tycoon than it is to try and replicate what Galaxy's Edge is like. Toy Story Land is just more fun, you know. It's a better in real life hot take. Toy Story Land is a better execution of what Toy Story feels like than Galaxy's Edge. I don't like Galaxy's Edge. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Anyway, we already did a video on Alien Swirling Saucers. We're going to go to the next ride in Toy Story Land, Toy Story Mania. And yes, I did finish up the bathroom on this side over here. I forgot to put in the roof over here. I got to finish that. So I'll be right back. All right, it looks a bit better. Doesn't look empty and open now. But it is okay, perfect. All right, so we did the restroom over here. We also did the Woody's lunchbox, or is it Andy's lunchbox? I can't remember. The little quick service food area right here that sells the tachos, which are one of the best snacks to get on all of Walt Disney World's property. So I highly recommend you get those if you ever visit. But now to the main attraction of today's video. We have Toy Story Mania. So yes, this is supposed to be the Pixar ball. This is the closest recreation that I could do with just base game assets. So that's the Pixar ball. Anyway, Toy Story Mania. We have this little area right here with the sign to go in. We have this toy box here that is built up where you also go through the queue in here, and then in front is where you meet Woody and Jessie. This is supposed to be Woody. Just walking around here. It's just the sheriff entertainer that you can hire. So I thought that was kind of funny. This little thing right here is a little gift stand. I think it's just a dump truck, and I use these inverted little cubbies here to make it look like there is a little shelf that you could buy toys on, and then the top is where it's a dump truck that's holding a bunch of building blocks. And this is the closest I could recreate it. So that's supposed to be a stand, and you can see that there actually is a hat stall in here. So it's supposed to be selling cowboy hats, and there you go, cowboy hats. So perfect. So in here, I'll actually use our cutaway view here. There is a queue in here. Oh, I gotta change that. Coloring there, but I guess you can't even see it, so it's fine. Queue line comes out here, and then you have this is just a little more of the queue right here, and then you have, this is a cardboard box. So I guess, let me explain. In real life, Toy Story Land is supposed to be as if you were shrunk down to the size of a Green Army man, one of those little plastic Green Army soldiers that, they make as toys. Toy Story Land is if you are shrunk down to that size, and you are walking around in Andy's backyard where Andy has set up all of his toys. So you're kind of walking around as a little toy in the Toy Story world. This is the toy box. This is a cardboard box that Andy has set up. That's why there's giant playing cards. That's why this is like giant grass, because that's the size of grass when you get shrunk down to that level. This is a lunch box that Andy has set up that you can eat out of. There's a giant Pixar ball, because that's what the size of it would be when you're at that height. Anyway, queue line in here as well. Giant snail. Kind of funny. Adds a little bit of movement to the area. And then in here, this building is where the actual Toy Story Mania ride is. Now, Toy Story Mania is not like a roller coaster or anything. It's just a arcade shooter. But it does have an actual track and cars that run on it. So, actually, I forgot to turn off the entrances and stuff here. So we got to make that. There we go. Now it's working again. Toy Story Mania is just an arcade shooter. So you are in this little car that goes to different 3D screens, and you use your little cannon that comes with, and you shoot the targets on. You go to an arcade, and it's you played similar games before. And at the end of the game, end of the ride, you get shown your score, and so on and so forth. It's a decently well done ride. It's not too bad. It's not amazing, but it's not it's not like just a generic 4D theater ride that gets done to death again and again. So anyway, Toy Story Mania. There is a gift shop through the exit of the ride, just like most big rides. I could have sworn I put a shop in here because this is called Jesse's Trading Post. Hang on. Okay, I put a t-shirt stall in there. Now we're gonna put a let's see, a cuddly toy stall because I think that fits the theme. And we'll put that right on the other side of the walkway, right here. Perfect. All right. So that is the ride. I used the, let's see if I can find the, find one of these here. I used the standing roller coaster cars as the cars for this because they look they're the most similar to what it is in real life. But it's just a slow car ride as the track and whatnot. Use these little screens here to mimic the 3D screens that you shoot at in real life, because I'm not using scenery to remake each scene that you see on the ride, because the game doesn't have as much detail that small of a scale. So anyway, you exit out the shop here, you come over here, and it's kind of like you're walking through the grass, going back out into the main area of Toy Story Land. And you see little toys scattered throughout. You see there's chessboard pieces, there's green army men, there's these little badminton, what are they called, shuttlecocks, stack of cards, little checkers pieces, so on and so forth. And there you go. That is Toy Story Mania. It was kind of fun. I actually really enjoyed making this little box thing that I have here. I have a lot more fun in making Toy Story Land than I did Galaxy's Edge. So it's been good. Next up, we are going to make something I have been looking forward to for a while. We're going to make Slinky Dog Dash and complete Toy Story Land. Now, I'm looking forward to that because, shocker, making the roller coasters is the most fun part of this project, because that's, it's Roller Coaster Tycoon. And that's where I can really get fun. I find the joy in, engineering things, finding just the right, speed, the right angles, designing the cars and everything. So that'll be for the next episode. I can't wait for that. Until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for your continued support. We're almost to the halfway point of this project. We're almost done with Hollywood Studios. We just have to finish up Toy Story Land, and then we'll do the Hollywood Boulevard place, which will take a little bit of time. But anyway, Animal Kingdom done. Hollywood Studios almost done, and that's 2 of 4 here. So Epcot, Magic Kingdom. I've noticed also from this high up view here that the park is a little not. It's not, the layout is not accurate to real life. Obviously, it's a game. I can't completely translate it to the game from real life to the game as 1-to-1 scale. But I've noticed that Toy Story Land has really kind of gone a little too far here to the side, because in real life, Toy Story Land is all behind the Chinese theater. And if you're looking at this, once we're done with Slinky Dog Dash, it's going to be way over here, and technically this area right here is supposed to connect all the way over here. So I'm going to have to see how I'm going to fix that. So not sure how that's going to happen. I might have to fiddle around with some teleportation things to make it seem more realistic. Or I guess I could just copy and paste everything here and just translate it a little bit further up here because there's the space in here to work with. But I don't really want to do that because even if I copy and paste something, I typically have to reset all of the ride vehicles. I have to reset, little details here and there because it doesn't 100% copy and paste every single little detail. So I think I'm going to have to try and fix that. Cross that bridge when we come to it. So anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.